Hey gals, it's Fee. Today I thought I'd do a couple of TTWs because I haven't partaked in those yet, so I thought I'd do a couple of them and try and catch up. TTW is done by Lisa MarieTTC, and it's Things This Week. Now it appears I wrote down 31, 32, and 34, though I intended on doing the last three, so I guess I'll have to go back and do 33 at a later date. Okay, so TTW 31 was makeup, and the first question was your favorite face product. Hands down, I've got to go with Urban Decay All Nighter. This, I can't live without this stuff. I've got some pretty long days. I get up pretty early, and that stuff keeps my makeup on like a champ. My favorite eye product, you know what, I don't think I can actually nail it down to one. I have a small addiction with eyeshadow, but I'm going to say any palette. I love palettes. Any palette by Urban Decay, by MAC, by MUA, which is Makeup Academy, and unfortunately you can't get it in the United States. I've been lucky enough to have a friend go to England and bring some back for me. This stuff is amazing. That's probably my favorite right there. MUA Makeup Academy, and it's got 3 little pots in it. I don't really use the applicator, but it comes with an applicator, and it's got the 3 little baked pots in it. And this stuff, a monkey could blend this stuff. It's amazing, and it stays on all day, and I love it. Favorite lip product. My favorite lip product is actually not made by any kind of makeup company. It's made by a company that I would call a girly party, so we'll leave it at that and try and leave this PG-13. And this product has a cute little design on it that I'm going to cover up, and it's called Nipple Nibblers, so you can imagine what you're supposed to use it for, but they also make it in this little lip balm thing because it is really moisturizing. It tastes like melon, and it kind of has that tingly stuff going on that's supposed to make your lips bigger, but I don't really care about that part. I'm just a little bit crazy, and I like the feeling of the tingly stuff on the lips. And I must not be the only one because they make it in lip balm container. So that is TTW number 31, and the other one I wrote down is 32. Number 1 was who inspired you to start making videos? I've got to go with Lisa Marie. She's the one that pushed me to do this, and I really appreciate it. Number 2 was would you ever do a meetup? I absolutely would. And number 3 was, what would your spouse think? You know, he probably thinks I'm a little weird, but he's good to go with anything that is supportive and makes me feel better. And TTW number 34 will be the last one that I do. And that was on being sick. And number 1 was, what's the sickest you've ever been? I should probably preface this with saying I have a horrible immune system. My husband will say that I'm the only person he knows that can catch something 5th hand, and he's probably right. The sickest I've ever been was pneumonia paired with asthma. I get asthma when I have any kind of infection. So I had a really, really, really bad case of pneumonia, and I had all that gooey, nasty stuff in my lungs, and it wouldn't come out, and it was like that for, I don't know, I did be like 3 weeks. They almost wanted to put me in the hospital for it. And then on top of that, the asthma, so what little air was getting in there was being, you know, it felt like this. It was bad. It was really, really bad. It was scary. So that's got to win it, hands down. And I've had that a few times, actually, which, yeah, I don't recommend it. What is a remedy you go to when you're sick is number 2. I am a Vicks Vapor Rub girl. Vicks Vapor Rub on the body, under the nose, on the chest, and my little humidifier. I love that stuff. It makes me feel better. And probably any creamy soup. Nothing with like chunky stuff in it. Creamy soup, broth soup, hot stuff on the throat. That I always go to that too. That makes me feel better too. And number 3, what is a sickness that scares you to pieces? Well, if we're going to go with less serious stuff, I've got to go with pneumonia because, like I said, that's just not fun. And anytime I get a cold or a sinus infection or anything, I am ridiculously paranoid that it's going to my lungs, and I run to the doctor right away. But more seriousness, definitely got to be cancer. There's way too much of that that runs in my family. Every shape, size, type, and variety runs in my blood somewhere. So, yeah, the big C, absolutely. So this is my first response to a couple of the TTWs that I threw all together in one video, and I will try and catch up with the rest of them. Talk to you guys later.